Or you could buy Woodley because I hear it has a lake.
Oh yes, there's a lake at Woodley. Woodley, very good.
Not biased at all, clearly. Hungry at 3 a.m., no problem.
Yes.
Hai Di Lao.
IT Lao, yeah, my favorite.
Would you pay for a unicorn? How much are unicorns even worth anyway? And are they even real? So many questions. But luckily, I know the guys with the answers. Hey truth seekers, we are going on a hunt today, but no, it's not for a mythical four-legged beast, but it is for something that is almost equally as rare because there are only 8 of such developments in Singapore. And today we're in the belly of the beast. We are lucky enough to shoot in one of these integrated developments. This show flat is none other than Pasir Ris 8. And how beautiful does it look? So, to find out a little bit more, James, maybe you can start by telling us what exactly are these developments? What are these unicorns?
So basically, like you know in the previous video, I'm a huge fan of integrated development. But for today, we are going to talk mostly about 2 types. Integrated developments and mixed developments. So these 2 terms are used quite interchangeably in today's market, but in fact, they are quite different.
Okay, how are they different?
Okay, so for integrated developments like Pasir Ris 8, you need to have 4 components. The residential components, the commercial components. So for commercial components, it can be shops or it can be offices. Alright, you need to have the MRT station, like this over here, and a bus interchange. For purists like me,
Like yourself, huh?
yes, the bus interchange have to be aircon.
Wow, why so fancy?
It's not me, yours is definition.
Okay, fair enough. What about mixed developments then?
So mixed developments, on the other hand, only requires to have the residential components and the commercial. They do not have the transport networks or the transport nodes.
And how many commercial things must they have? And for the sake of today, how are we going to categorize all of
Okay,
these?
so for argument's sake, we are just going to include developments that have at least 10 shops to be termed as mixed developments, because technically, even if you have 1 or 2 mama shop, you are also considered a mixed development.
Right, okay, and that can get a little bit confusing. But for the sake of arguments, we're going to keep it nice and simple. But then, can you maybe just share with us some examples? Like, what are some of the good examples of these developments?
Of course. Integrated developments like mine, Woodley, very good.
Not biased at all, clearly.
Of course, must. Product placement, Pasir Ris 8, also very good. So these are the 2 very good, the recent launch integrated developments in Singapore, which are very well received by the Singapore public. For the mixed developments, we are thinking that there's a dairy farm, residences, and also Park Como.
Yep.
So these 2 developments have a mall attached right downstairs, so it's very convenient. All 4 of these developments at this moment are at the 90% mark sold already.
Wow.
So you could tell that they're very, very well received.
Okay, so it seems like they really are hot property, and
Exactly.
because they're rare, hence unicorns, right? Okay, so in the masterclass, I'm actually going to get these guys to share a little bit more about some properties that they think are also up and coming. So if you haven't signed up for that yet, head on over to thehometruth.sg. So then, for those of you who are maybe not convinced yet, Eric, this is where you play in, right? Maybe you can tell us, why are these properties so coveted?
First and foremost, for integrated developments or mixed developments, right, their convenience is unparalleled. So below your residence, there will be supermarket, there will be cinemas, some of them even have childcare, and there's abundance of choices for restaurants. So whatever you need, right, you just need to go downstairs and...
Hungry at 3 a.m., no problem.
Yes.
Hai Di Lao.
IT Lao, yeah, my favorite. Secondly, you will be not affected by weather. So you'll be sheltered all the way to the MRT station or even aircon bus interchange.
So spoiled, seriously.
Yeah. And they will be at your service downstairs, whether it's rain or shine. In the investment point of view, the integrated developments will normally carry a 20% premium over the rest of the developments. So this 20% premium, right, stays or even becomes larger at the point of sale.
Wow.
In the rental perspective, the vacancy rates remains very low and tenants pays a premium to rent an integrated development. So they are very highly sought after. Majority of the owners in the integrated developments like to hold their units for long term because of rental use.
Interesting. Okay, so now that we know a little bit more, I would like to address you, the viewer, okay? If you're watching right now, tell us in the comments on whatever platform you're watching, tell us, would you buy this type of unicorn? Is it your jam? I want to know from you. And whilst you're doing that, let's find out from our professionals then. Guys, would you buy this unicorn? James?
Yes, absolutely yes. So I'm very much in the lifestyle. I need my convenience. I need my accessibility. So being so near shops, being so near the mall, and being near transport networks, it's very important for me. So it's something I always hold very dear to. On the other hand, I started my career in real estate during the rental market. So I have rented a fair bit of integrated deals like this, and I can tell you that the rental rates are insane. You could always command a premium over the others, and not only just that, the take-up rate is also way off the charts. I have never had a unit that is vacant for more than a week. It's always back-to-back rental.
Wow, that's incredible. I guess especially if you're investing and buying one of these properties for investment purposes, then you're like, okay, that's exactly what you want to hear.
Yes.
Because every single month the place is sat empty, that's money you're bleeding out, right? Okay, Eric, what about you?
Well, for me, it's a yes and a no. For investment, right, it's a no-brainer because you have a very strong capital appreciation, you have a very strong rental yield. But for own stay, it depends on individual needs. For me, I'm an avid runner. I like nature a lot, so I like to be near reservoirs, mountains, or nature reserves. So probably some place whereby the density is a lot lower. For me, own stay, maybe not.
Or you could buy Woodley because I hear it has a lake.
Oh yes, it's a lake at Woodley.
Fantastic. Okay, so now that you've given us the pros, the cons, the ins and the outs, we're actually going to be sharing a lot more in greater depth, especially in the masterclass. So if you haven't done so already, head on over to thehometruth.sg to sign up for our next masterclass. So if you're looking to purchase one of these integrated or mixed developments, or maybe you'd just like to find out more about these unicorns, or whether there are any hot and upcoming properties right now or in the near future, you know what you need to do. It's all happening at thehometruth.sg. Sign up for our next masterclass because we'll hopefully be able to share more and tell you the truth. The home truth and nothing but.